I don't know about you guys, but today, as far as I'm concerned, starts 2 weeks of hell because for the next 13, 14 days, we're going to hear about every single player's hangnail for each team leading up to the Super Bowl. We're going to be bombarded with every human interest story that the media can possibly come up with about every single player involved in the Super Bowl. We're going to hear nonstop about this big matchup between Peyton Manning and the NFL's #1 scoring offense against that fierce Seattle Seahawks defense, ranked #1 in scoring in terms of fewest points allowed. We're going to hear it until we are sick to our stomachs. Me, personally, eliminate the extra week. Please go back to how it sometimes was, where you had just 1 week between the championship games and the Super Bowl. Please, because every lead story on Fox and ESPN for the next 2 weeks is going to be some ridiculous Super Bowl story. I mean, the game's already been overanalyzed, and we only had the lines posted, less than 12 hours ago as I'm recording this report for you? It'll make you sick to your stomach. As for yesterday's games, I'll tell you what, you talk about one play turning the fates and fortunes of a particular game in terms of from a financial investment perspective, and that would be the interception by Colin Kaepernick. Not the game-ending interception, no. I'm talking about the interception that led to a 47-yard field goal for Seattle with about 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game yesterday, because up to that point, you had a 3-point game. And if you were on the 49ers, you were looking at the cover, because you had the 49ers either at 3.5 or 4, depending on whether you bought that half point up on the dog, and you were looking at the total coming in because you were 3 points under the number of 40. But instead, that field goal is good. San Francisco winners turn into losers, and Seattle losers turn into winners. And that total sits right there on the number. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It was a push, but it was just another lost money-making opportunity. So that certainly struck people one way or another, depending on which side you bet yesterday's game, side, total, either one. And then, of course, the early game, as I told you in yesterday's video report, just about every single handicapper here at the site had a big play on the Denver Broncos. When I see that happening, I always get a little worried, because sometimes you say in our business, a team is carrying too much weight. Last time I saw that happen was Super Bowl Sunday a year ago, when every handicapper here at the site had the Baltimore Ravens. I'm sitting there sweating bullets at the end of the game. People always ask me, well, which side do you care about the most? Well, obviously, I want my bet to win. But when I see the overwhelming majority of the handicappers on one particular side yesterday, such as the case being the Denver Broncos, believe me, I want that side to win. That becomes my favorite play of the day. Even if I had been on the other side, it would have been my favorite play of the day. Because the key to this site, in case you guys haven't regularized it, is that, in order for us to continue bringing the picks, well, it's very important for you guys to win money. And certainly yesterday you did. Shawn Michaels delivered with yet another 100-dime max wager play. I think 28-7-1 with those plays the past 9 weeks. He had the Denver Broncos. I told you that I was on the same side as Shawn, and I did not jinx him yesterday. As for me, it was another 15-dime play. Shawn Michaels, by the way, 4-0 with playoff 100-dime releases. For me, perfect 3-0 with my max wager plays in the NFL playoffs so far this season, as I cashed in with that play as well, and now 16-5-1 on the year with those selections. Brad Wilton cashed in with those 100-dime playoff winner number 3 in a row over a 2-week period. He was on Denver yesterday. Anthony Redd cashed in yesterday with a nice 100-dime winner as well. So certainly a profitable day for all the guys here on the Denver Broncos. Brian Rosica cashed in with 100-dime NFL winner number 4 in a row. Craig Davis took a different tack yesterday, as he scored yesterday with a 75-dime teaser, taking Denver down to pretty much even, and San Francisco over against Seattle at 33 points. So he scored as well. Keep something in mind, guys. Craig Davis has won 5 straight Super Bowl plays here, so keep that in the back of your mind going forward. Now, as for today, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Chris Jordan hit his biggest NFL release so far of the postseason yesterday, a 600-star play on Seattle. Today, he's upping the ante. Top-rated 1,000-star college hoops winner number 4 out of 5 is Colonial Athletic Association Game of the Year, Drexel and Delaware at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You may remember his most recent 1,000-star top-rated release. That was Arizona over Arizona State, Pac-12 Game of the Year, last Thursday night, a play that you got free as the Charity Play of the Week selection. This play today, even bigger than yesterday's 600-star winner on the Seahawks, and today, it also happens to be the half-price play of the day selection. You can get Chris Jordan's latest max wager release in college hoops simply by using the coupon code HALF, HALF, and that will get you that selection for half price. Brad Wilton, speaking of him, after cashing in with a 100-dime winner number 3 in a row yesterday, he is today going for winning day number 10 out of 12. Nice short-term run. How about the long-term run? He has made $10 bettors $9,110 since July. Well, tonight, 60-dime winner number 44 out of 66. Grizzlies, Pelicans, over, under. Goes at 5 o'clock Eastern time, guys. Save $80 and get this play by using coupon code BRAD80. Just as strong as Friday's 60-dime total winner on Dallas and Phoenix, going over the number easily. A play that you got for only $5. And keep in mind, you've got 46 of Brad's 66 releases that have been rated at 60 dimes over the past 7 months, all at discounted prices. And, of course, the regular coupon today, save $33 off a single purchase if you choose by using coupon code 33OFF, 33OFF. As for me tonight, I've got another 15-dime release just as strong as yesterday's winner on the Broncos, just as strong as my Arizona over Arizona State play last Thursday, and it matches the biggest play of my career in college hoops. It's my biggie scheme of the year, Villanova and Creighton, another 15-dime release. Speaking college basketball, I have a number of free selections for you coming up here in this one. First, I'm going to go with Virginia at home, minus the 7 points against North Carolina. Cavaliers completed a season sweep of Florida State, 78-66 win on Saturday. They were up 19 points at halftime in that game, so the final score is somewhat deceiving. They bounced back nicely from a 69-65 loss to Duke, in fact, a game in which I had Virginia in that particular contest. They're off to a 4-1 start in the ACC, and they've won 4 of those 5 games since getting blown out by 35 points to Tennessee at home. After that game, their head coach, Tony Bennett, excuse me, I almost forgot his name. Tony Bennett decided to simplify things offensively, and certainly has paid dividends as, a Virginia team known under Bennett's style of play for its defensive prowess has certainly improved offensively. In fact, they just shot 49% against Florida State. They're averaging almost 72 points in ACC play so far this season. That is the highest, period, during Bennett's tenure for them. As for North Carolina, they got off snide after an 0-3 start in conference play by beating Boston College on Saturday, forced 18 turnovers that turned into 24 points, and they shot 53% from the field. But keep in mind, their first 3 ACC games, they shot under 40% in all of them. I'm going to go with Virginia to turn up the defensive screws. They've got the confidence. They've got certainly the momentum on their side, and I like them in Charlottesville tonight, laying the 7 points in this contest. Next game I want to take a look at is Kansas. Off to a 4-0 start in Big 12 play at home tonight, laying about 10.5 points to Baylor. They're coming off an 80-78 win against Oklahoma State. Somewhat deceiving there because they were up 11 points with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go. They were up by, I think, even a bigger margin at halftime. I want to say 15 or 16 points in that game. And they won that game despite the fact that Andrew Wiggins had just 3 points on 5 shots, and he struggled, as did Perry Ellis as well in that game for them. They have managed to get the job done here, especially recently, despite committing way too many turnovers. I mean, they had 19 turnovers against Oklahoma State. They had 24 turnovers, but still managed to beat Iowa State in their previous game, 77-70. They've also hammered Kansas State at home by 26 points, and they beat Oklahoma on the road in Norman by 7 points. Meanwhile, you got a Baylor team that is reeling. After a 12-1 start in non-conference play, last Wednesday, they lost by 10 at Texas Tech, a game in which they were down by 22 points in the first half in that contest. Then they come home, take on Oklahoma on Saturday. They're up big in the game, and they blow that one as well, losing outright 66-64 in that one. So, the Bears' biggest problem is they can't shoot straight. This is a team that is just shooting about 42% in conference play so far. They're allowing their opponents to shoot about 48%. Their confidence is shot, so I would go with Kansas and lay the points in that contest. So, Kansas and Virginia are your 2 free selections today. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again tomorrow.